You pulled out your phone, you pointed the camera at a small black and white square, and without thinking twice, you trusted it completely. That's exactly what hackers are counting on. QR codes are everywhere now. Restaurants replaced their menus with them, parking meters use them, airports print them on boarding passes, banks send them in emails, and somewhere along the way, you stopped questioning what they actually do. You just scan, you just tap, you just trust. And that single habit, that tiny automatic action, has become one of the most dangerous things you do with your phone every single day. The attack has a name. Researchers call it quishing. It's short for QR code phishing. And according to a 2023 report from Abnormal Security, QR code phishing attacks increased by over 2,400% in just the second half of that year alone. Not 200%, not 800%, 2,400%. And most people have never even heard of it. Here's why it works so well. When someone sends you a suspicious link in an email, your instinct kicks in. You hover over that URL, you check the domain, you look for something off. You've been trained for years to spot a bad link. But a QR code doesn't show you a URL, it shows you a pattern. And your brain can't read patterns. Your phone's camera reads patterns. So you hand the verification step entirely over to a machine, point it at a square, and open whatever comes next without a second thought. Think about the last time you scanned a QR code at a restaurant. You didn't ask who made that code. You didn't wonder if the sticker on the table was placed there by the restaurant or by someone who walked in 30 minutes before you. You just scanned. A 2022 study from the cybersecurity firm Go Secure found that physical QR code stickers placed in public spaces, on parking meters, on restaurant tables, on bulletin boards, are one of the easiest and cheapest ways for attackers to intercept hundreds of victims in a single afternoon. No hacking required, just a printer, some sticker paper, and patience. The attack looks like this. Someone prints a fake QR code. It directs to a website that looks exactly like your bank, your parking payment app, or your email login. You enter your credentials. The page thanks you and redirects you to the real site. You have no idea anything happened. Your login just went to a stranger. This isn't theoretical. In 2022, the FBI issued a public warning specifically about this. Cities across the United States, including Austin, Texas, reported that parking meters had been targeted with fake QR code stickers placed directly over the official ones. Drivers who scanned to pay for parking were instead redirected to fraudulent payment pages. The city of San Antonio confirmed the attack in their own parking infrastructure. Real people lost real money, and they didn't realize it until their bank accounts flagged the transactions days later. But parking meters are just the beginning. The version of this attack that security researchers like Dr. Johannes Ulrich at the SANS Technology Institute consider most dangerous is the one arriving in your email inbox. Dr. Ulrich's team at the SANS Internet Storm Center has tracked a growing wave of corporate phishing campaigns where attackers bypass email security filters entirely by embedding QR codes in the body of the email instead of the links. Most email security software scans for malicious URLs. A QR code embedded as an image contains no URL. It passes every filter. It lands in your inbox looking like a legitimate two-factor authentication notice, a package delivery update, or a security alert from your company's IT department. You open the email on your work laptop. The IT security filters on your laptop can't intercept what happens next. You pick up your personal phone. You scan the code. Your personal phone, the one with no corporate security software, no VPN, no monitoring, opens a fake Microsoft login page. You type your work credentials in. And the attacker now has access to your work email, your files, and everyone in your contacts list, all because you switched devices to scan a square. This is what researchers call a cross-device attack, and it's considered one of the hardest categories to defend against. Your company's security tools monitor your laptop. They don't monitor your phone. The moment you picked it up to scan, you stepped outside every layer of protection your employer put in place. Ken Weston, a security analyst who spent years researching adversarial behavior at Cybereason, described QR phishing as a near-perfect evasion technique, precisely because it exploits the trust gap between personal and professional devices. Now add AI to this, because attackers are not standing still. The same generative AI tools that help you write emails are being used to craft phishing pages that are virtually indistinguishable from real ones. Correct grammar, real logos pulled directly from brand websites, identical fonts, and matching color codes. The typos and broken formatting that used to make phishing pages obvious are disappearing. What's arriving in your inbox now looks professional. It looks official. And it arrives paired with a QR code that your email filter has never seen before, because it was generated minutes before being sent to you. There's another layer to this that almost nobody talks about: your QR code scanner app, or the built-in camera on your phone, often gives you a preview of the URL before you open it. But that preview isn't easy to fake. Attackers use URL shorteners, redirect chains, and look-alike domains to make the preview text appear legitimate. You see something that resembles your bank's website, you tap it, the page loads, but the actual domain you connected to was registered 48 hours ago in a country you've never visited. And then there's the version you've never seen. Some QR codes don't take you to a website at all. They can trigger an automatic action the moment your phone reads them. They can add a contact to your phone's address book. They can pre-fill and send a text message. They can initiate a phone call. They can connect your phone to a Wi-Fi network without asking for confirmation. That last one is significant. If a QR code connects your phone to a malicious Wi-Fi network, everything you do on that network, every message, every login, every search, can potentially be intercepted. So what can you actually do right now? Because there are real, simple habits that dramatically reduce your risk. First, treat every QR code in a public space with the same suspicion you give to a link in an unsolicited email. If a QR code sticker looks like it's been placed over something, or if the sticker doesn't lie perfectly flat, don't scan it. Inspect it physically. Genuine QR codes on payment terminals are usually printed directly onto the surface, not added as a sticker afterward. Second, when you scan a QR code, read the full URL preview before you tap. Don't just glance at the first few characters. Read the entire domain. Look for extra words between brand name and the .com. Attackers register domains like PayPal-secure-login.com or Microsoft Verify Account.net. The brand name is there, but the domain itself is wrong. Third, if a QR code in an email asks you to log into anything, don't scan it. Open a new browser tab, go directly to the website yourself. Type the address manually. Any legitimate action your bank or employer needs from you can be accessed from your own browser without scanning anything. Fourth, use a dedicated QR scanner app that shows you the full URL and asks for confirmation before opening. The built-in camera app on most phones opens URLs automatically. A dedicated scanner gives you a chance to review the destination before you're already there. And fifth, keep your phone's operating system and apps updated. Security patches routinely close the vulnerabilities that malicious QR codes attempt to exploit. An outdated phone is a softer target. The threat here isn't complicated. That's what makes it work. A QR code is just a square. It looks harmless. It looks boring. It's the kind of thing you can scan 100 times without incident, until the one time someone made it for exactly the moment you weren't paying attention. You pulled out your phone, you pointed the camera at a small black and white square, and the next time you do that, you're going to pause for exactly 3 seconds. You're going to read the URL. You're going to ask yourself who put that code there and why, because that 3-second pause is the entire gap between you and the person who printed it hoping you wouldn't.